Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch. Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better. We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, January 9th. I thought I'd be a little bit more fired up for this episode. I realize I'm becoming too optimistic as a Tennessee fan. I mean, I've always been too optimistic. Maybe I'm becoming more aware of my optimism. I mean, has Rick Barnes ever beat LSU? Like, has that ever happened? Why were my expectations so high?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It seems like big games are just not I mean, you beat Arizona, and I know that's a big game, but it's just like the games that like mean something.
Right. The games we want to win.
Right. Like, I would way rather beat LSU than Arizona.
I feel like I'm going to regret saying that, but I agree. Like, I feel like down the road, that's going to come back to bite us somehow. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It was a disappointing weekend. That's as far as men's Tennessee basketball goes. Would have liked to have it happen another way, but it is what it is. We've got more to talk about than just men's basketball, so that's a good news. So we're gonna keep the episode lively. Even though I feel like I say that and I can hear myself, I sound so just nasally. I'm like, no one believes what I just said. Yeah. So
to get some good news going, Kyle Shanahan in his press conference after the 49ers clinched a playoff berth and beat the LA Rams, he said Juwan Jennings was a man today. Good. I don't know if y'all watched that game, but a lot of balls showing out.
I'm just glad he didn't threaten anybody with like potential death. That was Shanahan, right? They were like asked about who was going to be the quarterback or something. And he was like, I mean, we could all be dead by tomorrow. Something like that. Wasn't that Shanahan?
I didn't hear that. I don't know.
I feel like it was about a draft pick. I'm trying to remember it now. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's what matters. I'm going to have to look that up that is like you said, there's good news. There's good news within Tennessee athletics. I'm just choosing to focus on the negative because, it makes me feel better. I like pouting. Sue me.
Feel sorry for yourself.
Exactly. So we will talk about that loss in Baton Rouge, the unfortunate. It was just a bad game. I'll be honest. I mean, I kept it on till the end, but I was not invested by like midway through the second half. Like I was.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hard to watch. Like that basketball is just it's not fun to watch. I mean, I hate when people say Conzo ball, but I mean, Conzo ball was kind of the same thing. It was just like, yeah, you might win, but it's going to be one of the ugliest wins you've ever seen in your life.
To be fair, I feel like at least we're missing shots. Conzo is like, we're not even going to take shots. I'll give that. I'll spot that one.
That's true.
I'll spot that one.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Speaking of Conzo ball, how does Missouri beat Alabama by what? What was it? 12?
Yeah, they're like a 17-point underdog.
God,
15 or something.
I understand nothing. I don't. But just college basketball. I mean, college basketball. Like I knew I would understand that.
Duke lost. Somebody else lost. I forget who it was.
Duke lost to a unranked opponent.
Yeah, they lost to Miami.
So it could be worse. So I did find the Kyle Shanahan. It was about if Jimmy Garoppolo would be on the roster, and he said, I guess they asked him if he'd be on the roster on Sunday. He's like, I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive on Sunday. So
That's true.
That feels
That's
like
a weird thing to say.
I feel like that's a very mafia thing to say. Like, I
Yeah.
can't guarantee you'll be alive tomorrow, but we'll talk then if you are.
That seems like a Saban answer.
Well, then we all would definitely be dead because that turns out that's what Saban wants. I actually got some Saban stuff when we get into the transfer portal NIL talk. Yeah, so I've got some updates there. Also with our guy that I need to apologize. I never even DM'd him back. Who did we cancel last show?
Bud
Elliott.
Elliott.
Me. He DM'd me.
What did he say?
Just a question mark. Just a question. And I was like, I don't even know how to explain this to you, so I just didn't respond. But now I'll follow him because I'm like, I mean, he's 247 college football. Like, I'm sure I'll like it. Like, I'm sure it'll be a good follow. And that's where I actually got the Saban stuff. So shout out to Bud Elliott. You are uncanceled, my friend.
Why did we cancel him again?
He picked oh God, and I was supposed to get names, which I kind of did. The transfer defensive end,
Jared Verse.
Defensive end, Jared Verse. He crystal balled him, if you will. To FSU.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's why we canceled him. So,
he's still canceled.
He DM'd me about it. I didn't respond. I'm sorry, Bud Elliott. You're cool, I think. I don't know. You may not be cool, but it's all good. We are going to talk some transfer portal stuff. The transfer portal is kind of dumb.
Yeah. It's a crapshoot.
Well, here's my question. When is like the
dude? It is so hot in this.
Raven, turn the AC on. Jeez. When is? I don't know if you can still hear me. Oh, wrong one. Like there's obvious, like, I guess, tampering. Is that the right word? There's tampering involved in the transfer portal. So, like, when does that? I mean, are they even strict in that in like the NFL, NBA? Like,
I don't know. I just
they talk about it.
I can't wait for the IRS to just have a field day on all these athletes that have no clue about taxes or anything with this stuff, and they come back and just like lay the hammer down. And most of all their earnings from back then, they have to return back, so they really didn't make anything. It's like Caleb Williams going to Eastern Michigan for 1 year for $1 million. All that is taken back because of taxes and fees and late fees and interest.
Surely people are smart. Like,
but like when you were that age, if you had that kind of money, like I wouldn't know what to do with it.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, because it's not like Bagman. If it was Bagman territory still, I would agree. Which I'm shocked. That's what shocks me the most about like the Auburn situation, specifically the Kansas, like stuff like that, where it's like obvious money was exchanged. How has the IRS not come for their cut? Like, how have guys not been penalized either with jail time or massive fines? Because it's a lot of money, and so that's what I just don't understand about all this. Is like
they just take a Heisman.
I get. I mean, I guess I get that. I get that. Like, NCAA isn't going to care. It just blows my mind the IRS hadn't caught on to these like the $100 handshakes. That was a euphemism like 50 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like, what has it turned into now? Like, dudes are driving brand new car. That's what blows my mind about all of that stuff. I just feel like the people who are doing NIL, who are like doing, like, they're doing, not that they're always going to do it right, because, I mean, obviously there's going to be mistakes, but like the people who are doing it as a legitimate business, I got to think there's going to be things set, like, because like the NIL, like, stuff that the schools set up is supposed to help the athletes with that. Like, that's where the schools can't help. So I got to think at least most of them, I'm not saying all, because I will never blanket statement all. It could be a Tennessee guy that ends up on the wrong end. I got to think like most are going to do their due diligence and get that stuff taken care of. I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm sure
I just hope it's not the end all be all for recruiting. I hope it's more than that. I know it's going to be a factor, but I hope to God you're not just coming here for how much you're going to make in a year.
I want to know what the average is. I guess not the average, the mean. Is that right? The mean, like what are the middle of the road guys making?
I mean, I would doubt that they make six figures.
Oh yeah,
I doubt that they make 50K. I mean,
I would say the middle of the road guys aren't making more than their stipend.
they're probably not.
Yeah, no,
I just don't think, I guess, especially like at tennis, unless it's like a hometown kid or they're going back to their hometown. I think it's hard for a business to just. I don't know. We're getting kind of off topic. We're talking about transfer.
No, we're talking. Let's go NIL. Let's talk NIL because I think it's such a even to me, guys. So I think the thing that gets lost on me about understanding of just college sports is like me and you are like we. It sounds sad, but like we love college sports. We live and die. Like this is what we're involved in, and even like we are mystified by NIL. I think a lot of people in college sports are mystified by NIL.
Yeah, I just think if you're not a big time athlete, there's probably not a lot of opportunities for you, unless you have a Miami that's given a certain amount to every football player. Like, I mean, that's.
But even then, it's not much money. It's like what, $10,000? It's not much.
No, it's not. I mean, to me, $10,000 is that's a lot of money at one time. But still, it's not gonna. It shouldn't be the why you pack up and move and go to a school for $10,000.
Yeah. No, when you look at the land, like the full picture, it's not. And you talk about young guys. Speaking of like young people, like you're told you can get $10,000 tomorrow, guaranteed. That's it. Like that makes the choice a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bigger factor for like high school prospects because like there's no there's all this hype when somebody the new quarterback or everything, he's going to get that hype. But like you have an instance where Joe Milton's the starting quarterback, like he should get all this NIL money, and he comes out there and overthrows everybody by 15 yards and loses his job.
Gets a good nickname though.
Oh yeah,
nickname. You did call it. Look, this is your fault for calling him Mighty Joe Young. Like my man, you can't live with that kind of nickname and not throw the ball.
I hyped him up. I made the mistake.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
But this is why the NIL, like those people can't just bank on this dude being all world when you have no proof.
Yeah, like what does it benefit? That again, I mean, I just think that like here's my question. So what is Bryce Young's $1 million NIL deal?
I don't know. My favorite one is how Dabo Swinney was just like, all against it. And then he's
still against it, by the way.
Well, his quarterback is, not even good, and he has a deal with Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
and I'm sure they regret all that.
Do they, though? I mean, he's a starting quarterback at Clemson. Like, he's always going to be on the front page. Like, he's always going to be – like, he's going to be a recognizable face.
But do they want him? They don't even know if he's going to – they got that Cade kid from Texas. They don't even know if he's going to be the starter next year.
Oh, they'll sign the next guy. I mean, that's the thing about NIL, too, is it's not – like, tomorrow's not guaranteed with NIL. It's not a – I mean, I'm sure there's contracts within it, but it's not anywhere near an NFL contract. Troy Cochran said Tennessee needs to do better with the NIL. I mean, I don't disagree. The thing about Tennessee is, like, Tennessee, the school – cannot technically do anything with it. Technically, now we know how that goes. Mm-hmm. From everything it seems, so let's talk about Tennessee specifically with NIL. Like Tennessee does need to do better. It seems because other schools seem to be able to sell it, the NIL, and it's like Tennessee just hadn't been able to.
I think a lot of it comes from you got to win.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like it's everything. Like. If you're winning, more people are going to go in the stands. More people are paying for advertisements and sponsorships and stuff like that. That's just how everything is. Winning,
right,
trumps all.
Well, and that kind of seems the way it is with Tennessee's program just in general. So you got Tennessee, like no matter how bad Tennessee is, like this, where it's always gonna be. Like the baseline. It's like that's the NIL. Like there's always going to be a baseline NIL, but if you start winning, now you're more than just a local regional brand. You're a national brand. Unless you win, like you're not going to be in that. Like you cannot. No, none of the national brands want a Tennessee guy right now because it doesn't benefit them. So if you want, like Clemson, like I know where Clemson's at this year, where they've been at the last 6 years though, they're a national brand. Like they're like you do want the starting quarterback at Clemson. That's gonna have like Tennessee's gonna have to fix that for sure, and it's winning. I mean, like you said, it's being a good football team. That's the bottom line.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what how you really. I think a lot of it you gotta probably start regional wise, like you said, and like Walter Nolan, he would have been probably the highest paid player on next year's team if he came here. Because, I mean, people are excited about that. So I think you got to do a better job of getting people that people know about. And that probably helps. You know, people want to throw money at a 5-star. You know, if it's a 3-star from, you know, I don't know, Mississippi or something, like it's like you're not going to get that right off the bat. You have to come and prove yourself.
Right. Well, and I was just curious. I was like, I want to know what the largest deals are. Like, what are because you mentioned Dr. Pepper. So like Bryce Young, because I was like, what is Bryce Young's deal? I haven't seen him nationally anything. Apparently his only known partnership is Cash App, and it's apparently for $1 million. Like that, because that's what Saban said. But like that's like it's so unclear what it is.
Yeah.
And so like it's mystifying. I mean, it makes no sense. Yeah, I don't understand this. Like I don't see anybody. So I guess it's these dudes are still raking in the cash bag or the bagman money and claiming it as NIL, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Well, and like he's making $1 million. Yeah, that's a lot for a kid in college, but next year when he goes pro, that $800K is going to be nothing. His signing bonus is worth more than that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't. That's another thing. Is like whether people like it or not. Like they want to say it's amateur sports. Yeah, it's semi-professional. Like whether you like it or not, the NCAA has been semi-professional for a long time. Like that's just it's been honestly probably since the inception. Because technically they're getting something in exchange for their playing a free scholarship. That's semi-professional. So I mean, it's never going to be NFL money. Like one guy ever might make NFL money if he's a Reggie Bush top guy. He's in school for 3 years, is incredible, plays for national championship, has a Heisman. Like that's the only time a guy's going to be. It's going to be very rare.
Yeah,
and they're going to have to do it at the same school probably for 3 years to rake in that kind of money. But yeah, it's just very unclear. And like, I mean, I know De'Aaron King had a fall from glory, but like De'Aaron King makes sense. He had his own brand. Like he was out there. Like that one makes way more sense to me than Bryce Young because I just haven't seen him I haven't seen him do anything.
But again, it's being the quarterback at Alabama.
Oh, I realize that. I'm just saying he hasn't been attached to a brand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why I mean like his money is unexplainable to me, I guess I should say. That's the best way to say it. Whatever. Good. I mean, I'm not bashing on college players making their money. Do your thing. It's just like it doesn't seem like so far in the NIL world, businesses beyond like the ones that like local businesses are getting their money's worth yet. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of. So a lot of his stuff are like memorabilia, trading card space.
Bryce Young has a bunch of that.
Leaf, Wildcard, Onyx. These are like sources. But yeah, it's like there's some like I guess those are national brands because it also says like has yet to sign any local deals in Tuscaloosa. So it's not gonna mom and pops like you might make a little bit for showing your face at this thing, but if you want a deal like that, it's gonna come from Pilot, Comcast, Coca-Cola.
Oh, the big deals,
yeah, stuff like that.
I think
that's where like if Tennessee needs to do a better job, these big sponsors that we have in this area or big companies that we have in this area need to step up.
Yeah, no, they need to cash in. But I mean, I thought that's where the most money is the
Right.
big brand. But I think the bulk of the money, the majority of the money is going to be in your local businesses. Like, I think that's what's going to keep a lot of your like core people around. I think that's where Tennessee's got to do better in NIL, which I think they've done okay in NIL. I think unlike transfer, I don't think transfers will ever like calm down. I think it's going to be this way forever. Like, it's just the way, kind of like committing, decommitting, all that crap. It's just going to be the way it is forever now. Now that it's started, no turning back. I think NIL will kind of plateau out. I think guys will go, okay. Like, I think eventually it's going to be like, oh, there's not that much money in NIL. Like, I think a lot of people had these dreams.
They had high hopes for it, and it's just not. That's not the reality of it.
Right. It's not, and so I think it's gonna plateau out the NIL. It's but you still got to be on it. You still got to cover your bases. I just don't think it's not the dollar signs flashing across your screen like everybody thought.
Right, and in Tennessee specifically, I mean, going into this season, who would be the guy that you're like, oh yeah, that guy is somebody that my business would sponsor? Like, you just didn't know. You didn't know who was gonna. I mean, you had so many people transfer out. I think Henry Toto could have made a ton of money here.
We say that, but like who? Like, wow, I just don't know how many businesses are even willing to do, because it's new ground. Will they be willing to do it in 5 years? Probably. But like right now, it's so new. It's just
I think that's part of it too. Is just being new. And you've had some, national brands just kind of already make their impact, I guess, with Bryce Young and DJ Uga, whatever. Yeah, like we just haven't seen a ton of those.
No, it's not as game changing as a lot of people thought it would be.
No,
not as game changing. That's our NIL talk. I mean, unless you have anything more to add, I'm sure we'll talk about it in transfers, but that's it. Yeah. We'll talk about next week how confusing NIL is again. We'll be confused then. About something new, maybe, but probably not. Probably the same thing. We need
local businesses get it going.
Here's the two things we need. We need fart jar girl or guy. I'm not discriminating. Fart jar, and we need someone to come in and talk NIL with us. Like,
I think I can get I can get somebody for NIL.
Okay, I think like a third party type person, like not necessarily a player, but not necessarily like a business either, or maybe I don't know. Maybe that would be better insight. Somebody who knows NIL.
I mean, I have a guy who's on the forefront of NIL.
Okay, Cam Newton.
I wouldn't say that forefront.
Not that forefront. He wasn't taking millions of dollars. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't know how deep we were.
Cam Newton is NIL.
And then when he didn't think he had it, he stole it. So
right. Even when he didn't even know what it was, he was NIL.
I like it. Let's jump down to Baton Rouge. I meant to
Baton Rouge.
I meant to have some music queued up for this. I'm sorry, it's not as graceful. It kind of makes me scared to go to Baton Rouge though next year. All right, that's enough.
I was about to say you can't even pull that stuff up on Spotify. I don't know where you got it.
You can't pull it up on Spotify?
His music and stuff is not on Spotify.
Oh, so it was just it's like Garth Brooks. You can find Garth Brooks songs, but it's not sang by Garth Brooks.
Correct, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was then. So, yeah, no, it's a great song, Terrible Town. I'm kind of scared to go there now in October, but we'll be there. We're
staying in NOLA, so we only have to be in Baton Rouge for a little bit.
That's fair. Louisiana sucks as a whole, though. That's a terrible state.
Yeah, it smells kind of.
Tennessee
not
didn't
great
like
on
it.
the old nostrils.
No. Can't smell anything right now. Maybe we should go now. Tennessee basketball has been they didn't like it either. Apparently, they did not like it either.
We never like it.
No, that's a good point. I just hate too. Like, I hate how whiny Will Wade is. I hate how whiny.
Yeah, and how he looks
pisses me off. Yeah, he looks terrible. He looks terrible crying to the refs.
That's why you're optimistic. optimistic going into these games. You're like, Tennessee should be up for this game. They should hate Will Wade, and they should come in and destroy them.
They don't hate Will Wade at the same passion I do. That's for sure. That's for sure.
They should.
I don't disagree, but I mean, just do we have to talk like how bad of just team, but shooting Tennessee is. I mean, God,
it's there. Like, besides Jordan James,
stop.
I continue to harp on that. Why is he still shooting three? That's the only thing he shot. 1 for 7 from the field, 1 from 7 from 3. Why? I mean,
Dude,
isn't that the
hurts
definition
so
of insanity when you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result?
So
I mean,
bad.
he's shooting under 20% for the year.
Yeah, I get wanting to shoot it. Like, you're not shooting out of this slump, brother. Go to the hole.
I mean, Kenny Chandler should whoop his ass because he would have 10 assists if he could hit a damn three.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's so depressing. I'm even wearing LSU colors. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just like this rain jacket. It's rainy today.
Santi, Chandler, Powell, and Ziegler should be the only 4 that have the green light to ever shoot a three. Ever.
Don't tell Kumwal that. God bless.
Fulkerson, his only shot from the field was a three-pointer.
Was that late in the shot clock? Was that one of those
I
where we
don't
passed
know
the ball
what it
around
was. I can't recall when it was. I mean, Barnes called them both out in the post game, but this is not the only game that they haven't showed up. So it's like, cool, like you're challenging them, but you also challenge Fulkerson the Alabama game. So it's like, or the Ole Miss game. So what's gonna get? Who are you gonna put in? If you don't play those two, who else do you have? You don't have a ton of depth. You don't have hardly any big man. I mean, Rouge, he had a good game against LSU. I'll give him that. But he's not something that you want to rely on every single night.
Yeah.
And I think
still,
it sucks now that you did not land a transfer big man. You brought in some decent guys from high school, but number one, you're not playing them. And I don't get it right now at all. I don't understand it right now. Right.
Like, if we want to talk about
normal,
like,
Hatfield should play more than 3 minutes. I don't care. He had what? He had one block. That's
if Fulkerson and Kumwa were playing better, we can talk about how maybe you shouldn't. I can understand. No, I mean, he's not been good right now. Like, play Hatfield more. Yep. We haven't had a good, and I was going to say that about Rouge, like you talked about, like he maybe had a good, like he did have, I guess he had a good day yesterday, but like you need more from your front court and you're not getting it. Like even with Rouge, just 12.7 rebound, like that's cool, but it's not enough right now. So you're still not getting enough from your front court at all. And we can't not get offensive rebounds if we're going to miss the shot, if we're going to miss the first shot this many times. I mean, good God, you're never going to win ball games. You're never going to win big ball games doing that.
We had 5 guys last night that the only shots that they took from the field were from 3. 5 guys. And we got to the free throw line quite a bit. We got to it 37 times, but we only shot 62%.
Yeah,
you make your free throws, you win.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it the last episode. This team is just not a good shooting team.
No.
But we continue to shoot. Again, going back to insanity. We keep doing it.
Does it get out? So I guess that's my question. Does Tennessee get out of this? I don't even want to call it a slump because they've never been excellent. So do they find it? Do they find that rhythm at some point?
I have a hard time thinking they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I think
in the same boat.
I mean, if Josiah Jordan James actually used his body and went to the hole, I don't think we'd be that bad of a shooting team, but he makes it so much worse because that's all he does is stand behind the 3-point line.
Yeah.
At 6'6", dude, go get a rebound.
Yeah. We've got several comments in here about Hatfield. Well, Devin said Hatfield needs more playing time. Stryker said Hatfield will only get better and develop more playing time, but he's only played 3 minutes the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 minutes both games, but so 6 total. He's not playing, though. That's the thing. I agree he'll get better, but he's not going to get better with 3 minutes each game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're a 5-star, again, going back to Jordan James, I like the kid. But if you're a 5-star in your junior season and you play 27 minutes and you only have 3 points, somebody else is getting an opportunity.
That's another thing, talking about rotation. Like Barnes talks about, like he thinks they have a true 10-man rotation. It's like, but there's been no consistency with that. Like there's been no good play with that. So like it's not a true rotation right now. It can't be. So it's been some abysmal play by Tennessee recently. Been very bad.
Yeah, I just don't get, like, he has such a short leash with everybody except for the veterans. And that they should have the same leash. They should have less than a leash.
I kind of understand like that sense of it, but it's like at what point does their leash start getting tighter? Like I understand them having more freedom, but at what point does it start getting? I do ask that question. At what point does it start getting tighter?
Yeah, I mean, we keep seeing the same result. I mean, this is like how many games we played? 14. Tennessee's played pretty bad in
a lot of those games.
10 at least. Maybe 8.
I won't say 10. I would say just about they've had bad stretches in every single major game. So Villanova, UNC, Colorado, Texas Tech, like they've had bad stretches in all those. Arizona, Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU. Like there's been bad basketball for a significant amount of time in every one of those games.
Yep. That's another team who lost. Kansas lost to Texas Tech.
Mm.
Yeah, just
what was Kansas ranked?
4.
Dang. Their defense has kept them in most games. Stryker said, "Yeah, no, for sure." Tennessee's played good defense. It's been there.
That's our identity. We have zero identity on offense, but we just rely on defense to stop people from scoring. It doesn't really help us offensively, though.
No,
at least we haven't let it.
It's not shown itself to the offensive end. I'd like to see Tennessee's points off steals this year. I'd be interested in that. Maybe is it Will Warren that does all the really big ball stats? Maybe he'll put that one together.
I feel like Tennessee is never on a fast break.
If they are, they're shooting a 3. It's a corner 3 from Kumwa. That's what when I started doing stuff, kind of fooling around the house when it got away from us, but kept it on. I walked in, Kumwa shoots a corner 3 early in the shot clock, and I just walk right back out. I was like, that's all I need to see. Cool with me.
When I tuned out when Josiah shot a 3, we got the offensive rebound. And he stayed in the exact same spot, and they threw it back to me. He shot another one and bricked it. Even worse than the first one. I'm like,
yeah, I'm not, and I want to reiterate, I'm not saying Kumar should never shoot a 3, but early in the shot clock, corner 3, out. You're not shooting that. No, ever. Josiah Jordan James probably shouldn't shoot a 3 ever. Go to the hole. I agree. Go to the hole.
So what's your thought? I know I'm not saying this, but people are saying that Rick Barnes should be fired. What are your thoughts on? I don't think so either. It is a topic of conversation that. I mean, at what point do we say enough is enough? Or at what point are we just like? Because I'm in the boat where. No, I don't want to fire him, but I also would love to see what this team would look like with Kim English as their head coach.
I don't think there's enough. It's hard to gauge the time that you're okay with being okay.
Yeah,
like you're okay with being in the top 25, find yourself in the top 10 every once in a while. And then 1 year you have a run at number 1 for 6 weeks. I don't know. It's hard to say that, like, especially being a Tennessee fan where you gave that up for Philip Fulmer and found just a pit of mediocrity in football. So I don't know when enough is enough per se. It's just it's hilarious for Tennessee fans to kind of scoff at Texas for firing Rick Barnes and then have the same conversation right now about Rick Barnes.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess kind of that's my take on it. Because, like, I don't disagree. You want to win the big one. Like, that's why you want to do it. But if we're going to – and a lot of people who just don't like Rick Barnes are going to say, well, Tennessee never should have hired him. Well, that's not true. Look at where Tennessee's program is now. They should have hired him. Mm-hmm. So that first part isn't true. So it's hard to say fire him because of what you said, because what your first part just isn't true. I don't know. I mean, that's another tough thing for Tennessee fans to kind of swallow is like you've had some good assistant coaches that have turned into some good head coaches under Rick Barnes, and that's right. That's a little frustrating too. So I don't know. If you want me to make a hot
Kim English has more SEC, the same amount of SEC wins than Rick Barnes does right now.
Who have they beat?
They beat Georgia. I mean, it's Georgia.
Georgia. I think they beat Georgia, and then Desmond Oliver beat Georgia. If that's what.
Okay. Who did Kim English beat?
Yeah, ETSU beat Georgia.
Yeah, maybe it was Des Oliver when I saw that.
Okay. I know Kim English beat Maryland earlier in the year.
Okay.
It's obviously not an SEC team, but that was a big win for them.
Okay, yeah, Des Oliver, the ETSU beat. Yeah, I don't know. But it's not. I'll say it again. I'm tired of losing to Auburn, LSU, and Alabama. Nate Oates, Bruce Pearl, and Will Wade. Those are 3 guys I just do not like. Coach Cal in there too. I don't like him, but we seem to better them.
No problem with him, yeah.
Yeah. More times than not. I just don't understand these 3. Why can't we defeat them?
Yeah. Well, speaking of those, we'll leave out Nate Oates because you don't see him again. LSU and Auburn, though, does Tennessee go 0-2 against them next? Like, they're not the next 2 games, but
so George Mason
1-1.
Beat Georgia.
They did beat Georgia? Okay.
Mm.
Okay. All right, so the LSU and Auburn left on their schedule. 1-1, 0-2, 2-0. Where do you think Tennessee finishes?
Wait, with LSU and Auburn?
Yeah, they play both of them. They play LSU again and then Auburn.
Oh, with the post play that Tennessee has right now, Auburn beats us by 25 points.
25. Okay. I'll take that under or that. I'll take Tennessee covering.
Yeah, I don't think they actually do that, but like
no, you have to do it.
LSU, they beat LSU by 15.
Wait, with our we're talking about this live. I hate to do that, but with the new potential opportunity, are we going to be able to make people bet against our absurd bets? Could I bet against you saying that?
Probably. We'll see what happens.
I would make you stand on that, and we'd do it. I just want you to know that.
I will say this. LSU, what was the money line? Like minus 125?
You're doubling down?
You took that,
doubling
right?
down in no, I didn't take it. I don't bet Tennessee games. Ever. I said I would never after West Virginia in 7 or 18, and then I really said I never would after Arkansas in 21. Ever.
Did you not do the Music City Bowl?
Hell no.
That should have been a for sure hit, and guess what? It didn't.
I'll never, ever. So, done and gone. I don't want to just talk down about Tennessee basketball because we have to keep up. Lady Vols beat Ole Miss in Oxford. They're on a little tear, man. I love it. Love Kelly Harper. Good. You mentioned it. We're signed in. We're locked into Kelly Harper. No questions. Right?
She seems like the one.
Okay. All right. We're in
for now.
for now. How quick can we turn? We'll see.
I like her, number one. I don't know, like she just seems like a mom, like a nice mom.
Oh, so not like Pat Summitt, like I'll kill you, mom.
Yeah, maybe not like that. No. But I think she's being like she's going about it her own way and not trying to be Pat Summitt.
Right. Right. Pretty easy. I'll say this for
she's won some big games. I'll say that
for the last, I guess, 2 coaching staffs. I'd rather be the coaching staff second than the one right after Pat Summitt, for sure.
100%.
That's where I'd rather be. Okay. Anything else for basketball? I mean, we can stay sad. It's just like it's not. I don't see anything getting fixed anytime soon. I don't know what the fix is because it just seems right now Tennessee's shooting poorly. So
yeah,
it's hard to fix that.
Oh, so ETSU also beat Georgia. So both of those teams beat Georgia.
Yeah. I knew ETSU did. I didn't realize George Mason had also.
Gotcha.
Okay.
God, Georgia must be terrible.
Oh, Tom Crean he's terrible.
Good Lord. I guess we should wait until after we play them. But
can we also? No, I'll say it. If they beat Tennessee, then we got beat by a terrible team. Can I also say how much I hate? Is it Buzz Williamson? How do you say his name? The A&M?
With the A&M, yeah.
God, his stupid vest. Like, it pisses me off.
And then the last time they played here, he was on the court like 90% of the time.
No, that's all the time. He's on the court more than some of his players. I mean, I would say he probably tops minutes for starting 5.
They put him in the starting 5.
Yeah, might as well. His stupid vest, though. God, pisses me off. Like, are you fitting someone for a wedding? Are you taking cars? Like, good God. Wear a coat, you little boy. Good God.
Little boy.
He looks like a pallbearer.
Oh, you little boy. It's disrespectful, but it's also so simple too. I love that. Little boy.
That's what he is. I hated it too. I used to like him at Virginia Tech because he was far enough away. It wasn't so annoying. Mm-hmm. So it was okay.
How do you fix Tennessee shooting? How would you personally fix Tennessee shooting?
You're gonna be real mad at me when I say it. Just keep shooting. I mean,
oh my God, no. Okay, you're canceled, Caleb. No, that's what they're doing.
Can I tailor that a little bit at the end there?
Yeah, yeah, you can. I'll let you.
Like there should be specific people that like green light is on all the time, and then there's other guys that you're like, hey, we just need you to go to the hole. So I still am in the boat of like, if it's there, if it's a wide ass open 3, you're pulling it. Like you have to take those shots. Like you're never going to hit them if you don't hit them or if you don't take them. So you have to shoot them at some point. But yeah, it's a tough. I don't know. It's tough because you have.
Who would have the green light for you?
I mean, Kennedy, Zakiah, Vescovi. Powell, even though he doesn't shoot at all. I would give it to Victor. He seems like a guy who, when he's on. Just you might only get 3 in a night from him, but if you get 3 in a night from Victor Bailey Jr., a guy kind of buried in your bench, that's a good night.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not green lighting Josiah. I'm with you on that, but at the same time, I would tell him if it's open, you got to pull it.
I mean,
you have to.
He shot as many threes as Santi did.
Yeah,
and that can't happen. Like you're not a good shooter. You're definitely not a good shooter as Santi. So I don't know. God, it made me I was so mad last night watching.
How do you fix it? Don't just ask me. How do you fix it?
I think you got to go to the rim. It's like him especially. Like you're too big and too athletic to be just standing, and you're not a great shooter. It's like you got all these athletic abilities. Use it. Use your size. Use your length. I mean, we play him at the 4 sometimes anyway when Fulkerson isn't giving us anything. So I don't understand why he can't play the 4 on offense sometimes.
I mean, going to the rim is good. Like, go earn your points. Like, go earn them in a tough way. I think that's a.
He didn't shoot a single free throw.
No, I think maybe Rick Barnes needs to do the lesson where you pull the rim down and you show that, like, or you get a ladder and you show that 2 balls can go through it so easily. You know, a little mental, psychological, just like, hey, this is a big ass rim. We're good. Let's try that. Let's do a little mental lesson next practice.
Yeah, I also think
or maybe stuff Rouge to the hoop. You're like, look,
you got to have
can fit through the
more offense than just Kennedy and Santi trying to drive to the basket and dishing it out.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that's the only thing we know how to do on offense. Or if we get it to a post player, it's never coming back out.
Ever. You can guarantee it.
I don't know.
I would hate playing basketball with our bigs. I'll say that. I would hate it.
100%. I don't know.
I'm sad.
I think Tennessee desperately needs a big man in the transfer portal. And when you're not winning big games and stuff like that, it's hard to reel people in.
No, I agree.
So not landing, you didn't land Jabari Smith, Paolo Bonchero, Caleb Houston, Charles Bediako, however you say it, from Alabama. Those 5 stars you did land Brandon Hundley Hatfield, but he reclassified. He should still be in high school. You got Tomba, who's a project. You got some other guys that, Adu was a good pickup, but he isn't ready to play right now. The guys that were ready to play, you missed out on, and I think a lot of that had to do with Des Oliver and Kim English getting head coaching jobs elsewhere, but you missed out, and it's showing.
Right.
And you didn't land a transfer either.
Tennessee does take on South Carolina Tuesday. That's a 6:30 tip-off.
They're not good.
No, I mean, Tennessee should handle. We talked about this at Ole Miss. Tennessee should handle their business just fine.
They are going to play defense because, who's their coach? I can see his face. Frank Martin. Yeah, they are going to play good defense. They got a streaky shooter. He's a white guy. I think he had like 20 something against Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah,
I thought they won that game because of that tweet. I was like, whoa, how'd that happen? No. Just a guy posting his highlight tape after getting beat by 12. No, nothing to see here.
I know you don't want to hear this, but I think Auburn looks like a Final Four team.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it. I mean, obviously I'm not happy about it, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like every year with Alabama football. You hope they're not good, but you know.
Hey, the best thing to do about it, just bet on them, win some money off of it.
Fair. I like that. I like that strategy. Sign me up. Let's talk transfer portal, because somehow the last week it's been a roller coaster, but the last couple of days before the end of the week were beneficial to Tennessee.
Yeah, we mentioned some guys that Tennessee was looking at in the portal, and all 3 of those guys made their college decision. Tennessee landed one of those. Jared Verse went to Florida State from Albany. You had Brandon Joseph, the Northwestern safety, end up making his decision to Notre Dame. And then you had Isaiah Neyor yesterday make his college decision to go to Tennessee without visiting. 6'3", 210-pound wide receiver. Had 878 yards this past season at Wyoming. 44 receptions, 12 touchdowns. Guy that can go up and get the football. I know it's going to be difficult for opposing defensive coordinators to have their secondary over the – I mean, you're going to have guys over the top of him and Cedric Tillman. And so that leaves that middle of the field wide open for hopefully Jalen Hyatt takes the next step and is a guy that they can utilize in the slot like that. But yeah, a guy that can go up and get it, guy that can has a ton of yards after the catch. So you like to see that. Not like a burner. He's kind of sneaky fast. He's built just like Cedric Tillman. Almost to a T.
I don't know how you can't be excited about a transfer like Isaiah Neyor coming in. That was one of the ones I was like, that's that guy we talked about, like getting another Javonte Payton, like getting another transfer wide receiver in here that can immediate impact, see the ball going to him a lot. That's him. So I think Tennessee did really well in that department. You mentioned without a visit.
Yeah.
He saw everything he needed to see on tape.
Yeah, he mentioned his relationship with Cody Burns, who I know he's a young guy from Auburn, but he seems like a stud recruiter. Look at who Tennessee landed as a receiver in this class with Squirrel White, Caleb Webb, Chaz Nimrod, guys like that. I'm missing one. Forget who it is. Who am I missing?
The wide receivers you just named? I didn't pick up on them. Let me see. I can see them pulled up.
Yeah, just a stud recruiter. I think he's going to be a guy that Tennessee definitely wants to keep on their staff for the foreseeable future. Because a kid that's from Texas, is at Wyoming, West Coast, to get him to come to Tennessee without a visit. He talked about how they brought up Cedric Tillman and how they developed him in just 1 year and stuff like that. I'm sure that's super appealing. Big pickup, a guy that can really get some of that production that you're going to lose in Javonte Payton and Velus Jones, a guy that's a plug and play. You're not having to rely on a true freshman like those guys I mentioned. And then Jimmy Callaway and Jimmy Holiday, some of those guys can take that next step in their development. Maybe you're going to see guys rotate in and out with our offense the way that it is. But having a guy with college experience, production at the college level, I think is huge.
Yeah, and I think too, like more than just what I think Tennessee kind of hit that sweet spot with getting a guy like Neyor. Like you had Cedric Tillman develop how he did in essentially 1 year with this staff. He was obviously on campus for more than that, but 1 year with this staff, and then you talk about the production of Velus and Javonte Payton leaving. It's just kind of a perfect storm that you were able to land this guy. You talked about him being West Coast. Texas and USC kind of seem to be the other three in the mix with or the other two in the mix with Tennessee, and you pull them from there without a visit. Like it just seemed to be kind of, like I said, a perfect storm where you get a guy. Yeah, it's just been at Wyoming, but I think he's a great add to Tennessee. And obviously, time will tell. You won't know till you know. But I don't like you talked about his speed. It's not just blow you away speed. That's not concerning. Look at the guy. Like look at the most successful guys on this roster. Like they haven't had that either. So
look at the most successful guys that we've had in the past 4 years.
Right.
Palmer, Callaway, Jennings, none of those guys had just blow by you. They didn't have that Javonte Payton Velus speed.
Yeah. Even Javonte Payton, his never really seemed to truly come out.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully we get it. Hopefully it's another, fruitful year at the wide receiver position and he cashes in on that though. That's a big pickup for Tennessee. I'm glad to see that happen in the transfer portal and where we talked about Tennessee's got to benefit from it. Obviously we'd love to see the other positions, but hopefully they benefited from it at wide receiver again.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was definitely a huge position of need in the transfer portal. And he is ranked the number 22 overall transfer per 247s. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch him, Cedric Tillman on the outside, Jalen Hyatt at that slot position. Hopefully he can get a little bit more physicality to him. But I'm excited. It's a guy that he's coming in and you don't have he doesn't have to be wide receiver one. If he is great,
right,
but he doesn't have to be because we have some studs at wide receiver already.
Yeah,
and we got We only got one ball, but it seems like we got plenty to go around when it comes to this offense.
One ball, but it's getting thrown around 80% of the possession, and
Yep.
especially, and I mean, another benefit, I didn't mention this in Perfect Storm, but you're returning a quarterback who just seemed to get better every game. So,
and he talked about
that's
that
huge.
too. He said him coming back was a huge deal.
Yeah, you're not getting a
in
wide
his
receiver
research.
Yeah, you're probably not getting a top wide receiver in this transfer portal if you have question marks at quarterback.
And the best thing about him too, 3 years of eligibility. So not just one and done. He could be here for 2-3 years. So
I didn't realize he had more than that. Okay, wow.
Yeah, he was just a redshirt freshman this year.
Nice. Okay.
So
I'm in. Sign me up. I was already in, but sign me up again.
welcome home.
Home from Texas.
We also had another guy. Last show we talked about him entering the transfer portal. Now we're talking about him withdrawing his name from the transfer portal, and Tyler Barron. Your thoughts?
What in the hell is going on? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it's nothing against Tyler Barron. Maybe you were out of it for a day and then you searched around. You're like, oh, I don't want to go anywhere else. Come back home. Okay, fair, whatever. But like, I said this to Adam the other day. I was like, this is why I don't think the transfer portal is ever going to kind of like find its plateau. Is because kids are nuts and they're just getting like nuttier. Like the things that happen, the announcement. You talk about announcements, like that announcement, that tweet is always going to be there. It's going to be an easy like and retweet. Easy way to pump the numbers. It's wild. I'm not saying that's what he did, but it's never going to even out.
We're all big in conspiracy theories. I think it was a way to get Kentucky fans excited and then just crush their dreams.
Okay. All right. I like that. I
don't know about you, but I'm not transferring somewhere where I started and I beat to a team that the team that I was just at. They beat them in that previous season. I'm like, what? No.
I'm definitely not doing that. Somebody said on Twitter here that he got that bag. I'm like, who was like, oh, we got to keep. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we were talking about we need to get better with that NIL. Hope maybe we did.
Maybe it happened.
We definitely welcome back with open arms because he was a leader on this team. Graduated from Catholic in Knoxville, even though he's not originally from Knoxville. He's from Nashville, but he is kind of a local kid.
Right.
So definitely wanted him back, and a guy that he can get after the quarterback, and those aren't easy to come by in this day and age. That's quarterback's the most important position, but besides that, it's probably the blind side of the quarterback, your left tackle, or if it's left-handed, your right tackle, or a guy that's going to get the quarterback. So that's huge to get him back. A guy like I said, a guy that's a leader on this team. So definitely welcome back with open arms. It was weird.
Keeping us on our toes. I like it. I appreciate it.
Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping us ready. You have to. So
does he count?
Sure.
Toward that extra.
That's what they're having to move some scholarships around. That's what actually happened. That's actually happened. Do you have any more transfer portal news for Tennessee?
I do know another guy, Christian Bill Smith. He's a running back from Wake Forest, was their leading rusher the past 2 years. Tennessee's in talks with him. They'd like to add, a veteran running back to this room. And 5'10", 200 pounds, kind of a bigger running back.
Yeah.
He's got dreads, so that makes him good at football.
A little bit better than, right.
He had 604 yards, 7 touchdowns this year at Wake Forest. They're super pass happy. He was actually ahead of Kenneth Walker last year. And then Kenneth Walker went to Michigan State and then won the Doak Walker. It was a Heisman I don't know if he was was he a finalist?
I don't
Maybe
think he's.
not. But he was a candidate
I don't
for
remember who's
a
on
while.
stage.
And so I mean he beat him out. So I don't know. Maybe it's something about Wake Forest running backs. They just can't, get the production that they need in that offense. So hey, come here. We'll get you to 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about losing verse to FSU this time. I guess we didn't really talk about it last time because we didn't know. But I mean, we can cancel Bud Elliott again if we want to. I uncanceled him, but if you want to recancel him for predicting that, we can. I'm okay with that. Fine. All right, recancel Bud. I'll tweet it again. See if you can DM me again. That would have been nice. That would have been nice, but it's good getting Tyler Barron back now.
Yeah. And maybe that was a selling point. They're like, hey, we're not going to land this kid.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe come back.
Potentially. I don't know. Okay. Well, any other transfer news before we move on to more college football?
No, I think somebody asked a question about the transfers. Let me get that real quick.
I'm going to tell you right now, I have no effing clue. Like, it's all so confusing.
So Bill at Volfan_89 said, who are the Vols looking at on defense in the portal since missing out on Verse? I haven't really heard any names.
None. It's shocking. Like I looked up,
and a lot of the big time names, like they're gone. Like they're already committed elsewhere.
And that's why I was like, when do they get into tampering? Because like I feel like these guys, as soon as they transfer, they know where they're going now. Like the big name guys.
Yeah.
So it's alarming that Tennessee hasn't been linked to many defensive players. I'll say that.
Yeah, and there is going to be another wave of transfers that go into the portal after spring practice. So, maybe there wasn't any maybe there's some on the radar they're still evaluating. But yeah, like you said, all the big names are kind of going elsewhere. And I mean, God, watching Tennessee in the bowl game, I mean, if I don't know if opposing or if people in the transfer portal look at games and, they might just look at records and who you beat, where you play, stuff like that. But
yeah,
if they watch Tennessee in the bowl game, I don't know if I'm just like chomping at the bit to come here and play defense. I'll say that.
No, I agree 100%.
But yeah, I got to land a linebacker, some DBs. Somehow, some
linebacker specifically. Specifically, please. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. Let's talk college football national championship. It's so weird that it's here. I was like, oh my God, it's national championship week. I know it's right after the semifinal. I hate that it's on a Monday. I'm not going to complain about it. I'll do it again on Thursday. Anyways, Alabama, Georgia. Chad sent a message. 87% of the money is on the under in the national championship. Under 52. Where are you going?
I don't do over and unders.
What? That's so much fun.
No, I hate it.
Especially college football.
NFL is the worst. I mean, you never know if the teams are going to score 150 points or they're going to score 10.
All I know is over 52, I'm in.
I don't know. You like the under?
No, I like the over.
So the under would make sense to me as to why Georgia is the favorite. If the over is hitting, I feel like Alabama should win easily.
Oh, I agree.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I agree.
I get what you're saying. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you the same way. I would go.
Kirby's not beating Saban this time around. It's not happening.
No. I mean, freaking Alabama +3. You're never gonna get that again. Take it.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I like it. Over Alabama.
How much money did we win on Alabama last year?
Or do we get real dicey? I didn't bet much on Alabama. I wasn't like you, so I don't know how much. Like I didn't do it. Like I didn't do it enough to keep track. I did coastal over, which was the system bet. I think it hit like 56% of the time or something like that. So you won money on it.
No, I'm saying last year in the national championship, we all came over and we were betting.
Did I bet money on that game?
We were betting like the
remember.
over in the quarter. We were betting over in the halves. We were being like, will Alabama score a touchdown on this next drive? We were throwing it down.
I don't think I was there because I don't remember doing that.
Really? Okay.
Maybe I was there. I don't know. I can't remember.
I feel like you would be.
Maybe. I don't know. Not sure. But no, if you bet on Alabama, you probably win money. So
yeah,
good question. I'm doing it this year. I'm betting the over, betting Alabama. Maybe that's the game. If you're a Georgia fan, maybe I'm your jinx, so you're welcome. I'll do the same game for sure.
I wonder what is those odds? What's the over? And you're just going to do Alabama money line?
I think so.
Joe, what are you betting on this game? You got Bama?
I feel like, yeah.
I'm the same way, dude. It sucks, but let's win some money on it.
Either way I think about it, I just feel like I'm going to be wrong because I'm always wrong when I bet. So I'm like, yeah, Bama all day. But then but you're right. I don't see Georgia winning. Like after watching the SEC championship game, I just don't see Georgia putting the pieces together enough to still win. But
right,
that's where I would make that statement. All I do know is I don't know what the second half over is, but just hammer it. This isn't legal advice, but take out a mortgage. It's gonna hit. I don't know what it is.
You heard it here first.
It's probably around 27.5 or something. I'll look at it, but
so it is.
Oh, so 20. You said first half?
Second half.
Second half. Okay. It should be lower than. Or no, it'll be right at 27. Yeah.
We have the first half on.
Where's it at? Yeah, I can only see the first half right now. I'm also on
first quarter has 10.5.
Under.
You're going under 10.5 for the first quarter?
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I'll take.
You can get Alabama first quarter money line -1.5 or -105. Sorry.
It just seems like a trap.
Yeah, I'd still take Alabama to win, but I'm probably not taking that one. It's not enough money.
What do we go alternate spread? Alabama -3.
What's the odds there?
155 plus 155.
Hell, -6. What is it, like 350, 400?
It won't let me get plus or -6. But if we did that and the over, Caleb. Let's see. Oh, well, let me get that wager.
So I just did over and Alabama money line. What are you saying?
I was gonna do like an alternate spread, but it won't let me put that in a parlay.
Yeah, don't be a coward. Just do over and money
plus
line.
320 for money line and the over.
Plus 320. I did 10 on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Did 10 on that. 10,000, by the way, if you're watching from home, just so you really know how much we bet. And then I did.
Did you imagine $42,000 on that?
I'd feel stupid for betting 10 grand on it, no matter how much I won on it. And then I did the Alabama over. Ever? Yeah, right. You don't know how that. I was going to say, you don't know how that serotonin hits.
Yeah, I was betting on hockey the other day, and they're like, "Oh, who do you cheer for?" I was like, "I don't know." I couldn't even name like 10. I couldn't name 10 hockey players. There's no way.
No, not a chance. I couldn't name 10 ever. Like, I'm not talking about just that play right now. Ever.
I don't even know. I don't know if I could name 10 teams. Like right
it's
off
pretty
the
crazy because I used to play in. Oh, I could do that. I think I used to play NHL online all the time.
rip. Okay.
It's like 2013, 14. I knew a fair amount of players, but
Not
only
anymore.
by NHL. Yeah, not. I knew who to defend and who to go to and stuff like that. So that's it, though. Who the good goalies were.
So, Joe, who are you taking?
I guess Bama. I would just do money line, I guess. Forget the spread.
What's the
Did Bob Saget die?
Yeah. We were talking about that.
What?
I know, it was awful.
He's not that old.
No, 65.
Wow.
We could always try to hit the
break that
correct
news?
score.
So Bama minus 6.5 and the over is plus 500.
Take it.
Yeah, take it.
No, I don't know about all that.
Take it. Wait, it was just two things, right?
What's the
It was
Yeah,
the
take it.
the over and
Second half? Take it.
so
no,
where's
no, that's just total overs, not second half.
so
You
what are
won't
some
let me do it.
predictions? What are we thinking for final score?
Oh, I think it's going to be in like the. I mean, I think the over. It's now I'm trying to decide how much does Bama win by. That I guess that's my.
Okay, here's a good one. So it's that the over Alabama minus 6.5 and the second half being the highest scoring half is plus 900.
Okay. I like it.
So
For plus 100, I like it.
So the first half. Wait, which half's going to score more?
I did the second half.
The second half's going to score more.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I'm with it. Sign me in. I mean, I won't do it, but like I'll ride with you. Like I'll cheer for you. I believe it.
I won't do it, but yeah, I just don't think Kirby Smart can win a big game.
No. Not against Alabama. If it was against anybody else, he could. I think.
And
Not
I
against
believe like Nick Saban has he's a crazy streak against the SEC East. It's
Yeah,
like he hasn't lost to an SEC East team in 12 years.
Yeah, it's stupid. I hate Nick Saban.
I think my final score I'll probably either go 24-21 or 27-24. I think.
Oh, so you like? Is that the under? No.
Yeah, it would be
21.
it would be the under in both of them.
Wait, what'd you say?
24-21 and then
Okay.
which is kind of the one I'm riding, but then if I think 27-24 if it actually gets a little higher scoring. I still don't think the overs. I don't know that I love the over.
I'm trying to look at the exact score of the freaking.
I could see I could see both, like over and under.
I think Alabama
Oh.
would have to. I struggle seeing Georgia scoring more than 24 points. I don't. It would need to be. So 27-24 would have to be the. But even then, that's still only what 50. Hell, I'm not good at math. 53. What? I don't know.
I'm not gonna do the math in my head, so I'm
51.
lost on you. Yeah.
27-24. Final score prediction.
We're taking Bama.
24 understanding.
Bama. 27-24. Lock it in. And second half over.
Second half over.
Okay.
Y'all want to get in some segments?
Are you not gonna pick the game, Landon?
Yeah, I picked Alabama.
Did you pick a score?
A score?
Yeah, that's what Joe asked. He wanted us to pick a score.
I'll go 31-23.
All right.
Okay. I think I think Alabama scores a similar amount. I'm thinking 38, and then I'm thinking like the 28 to 31 range, 27-31 range for
You think Georgia scores 31 points?
I think it's possible. That's just a touchdown more than they did last time. That's one more touchdown.
Yeah, but they're also most of it's in garbage time. They're getting their ass whooped.
One more touchdown. I think it's in that 27.
So you think it's a late touchdown?
Potentially. I just think it gets up there. I think the over hits. I think it's, let's say 38. I'll say 38, 20, 28. 38, 28.
Okay.
Landon, you can bet your score for plus 26,000, 31-23.
Do it.
Why
Double
not?
down.
Plus what?
Plus 26. You can toss $5 at that thing and win back 1,300. So, like, I mean, why not? If
Where are
you're
you betting the exact score at?
FanDuel.
FanDuel? Okay. All right.
They got basically every option. It's dangerous. I think I'm going to do it, and then it's never close.
I might bet a few, just like $1 bets.
Yeah.
Playing roulette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet a few. All right. I might bet all.
You can get Alabama to win both the first half and game in regulation if for plus 250 on FanDuel right now.
That's pretty good.
All right. Most important of the week.
How about the Titans being the number 1 overall seed?
That's insane. Also, how about the Colts getting eliminated from playoffs? And 2 weeks ago, they were talking about winning the division.
Yeah.
How about them losing to the Jags? Good God.
Hilarious.
Did they even score? Did they end up? They ended up scoring a touchdown, but it was late.
Yeah. It was like 4 minutes left.
God, they're horrible.
I do have the Colts on my most important. I need to. Let's see here.
Really? They were my fail. One of my fails.
Well, this has nothing to do with anything they've done this weekend. Lucky for them. Yeah. So, this is a TikTok I saw. Like I said, I'm obsessed. So I can pull it up, though. That's going to be the real challenge. It was a video of their mascot. All right. Come on. I should have waited it out. Joe, what do you got? We'll come back. We'll revisit.
Most important, I'm gonna just dedicate it to VFLs. We got Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley both picking it off, and then we got the dog Juwan Jennings getting 2 touchdowns. I mean, he basically won him the game. So just a little shout out to them. A little commemorative, most important.
He had like 94 yards. Is that right?
Yeah, I think
something close to that. Had him a game. And then Darrell Taylor was he had like a big batted pass against Kyler Murray for the Seahawks too. So yeah, VFL's getting after it today.
Oh yeah.
And then Kamara, I mean, he's just always going off.
All right. Can you see the screen?
Yeah,
Yep.
What is
there we go. All right, so it's the Colts mascot. They're watching film in this TikTok. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Can you hear it at all?
Nope.
No.
Watch the mascot. The wide receivers coach, I guess, is like, can the mascot get a taunting penalty? He's like, watch him hump right in his face. Oh, dude,
what's up with mascot? Why do they always hump?
What else are you gonna do in that? Like,
I get it, but it's just like that's always their go-to is just humping.
I think it's an elite move, personally.
I mean,
I think it's a great one.
To be a mascot, I know the mascot in Blue Mountain State, like he was the horniest guy on the show. So do you think that they're just like that horny?
Yeah, especially when you're in that suit. Like you can be horny almost anonymously.
It's
That's everyone's dream.
so hot and sweaty in there. Just emotions just run wild.
How much money does an NFL mascot make?
It can't be that much.
It's a wild. So I don't know the exact amount, but I do know like there's some mascots that make like six figures. So there's a show on Hulu called, it's not a lot of them, a show on Hulu called Mascots. And in each season it follows like a professional, like a mid-level person trying to get professional, and then like an amateur, like high school or something like that. And the guy that was the, I guess Buck, I don't know what he's called for the minute or the, is it Minnesota Bucks? Why am I blanking?
Milwaukee Bucks?
The Milwaukee Bucks. That's not Minnesota. Milwaukee Bucks. He makes so much money, but he does like appearances. He does like crazy stunts for like the team. Like he's like pretty much works in like marketing for the team.
Yeah.
And makes that much money. So like there's some that do make. The guy for San Francisco, the SEAL, San Francisco Giants, like he's kind of the same situation. Like markets, he like goes to all these appearances and like does all these things. That's how he makes so much money. Like people that like just show up and do it, I think make like 30,000.
Yeah,
it's not much.
That's
money,
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it's insane how some people do it. Insane.
Yeah, it's probably the whole underground world of just like wild. I mean, they probably
I'm sure
take
it's
it
weird.
seriously, and it's crazy. And
Yeah, like I don't know how you like start. Like, how does that start? Is it marketing, and then you're just like, I'll be the mascot? Like, how do you end up being a? Is that something you dream of? Is that something people dream about?
Actually, if we do want to know it, I know a guy that we can get on the show who he was Smokey. He was the New Jersey Devil. He did a mascot camp and then did like a stand-up dedicated to like a mascot. I never got to see it, so I don't know what it's about. But like he did what was it called? Something for VH1 where he went to like the mascot national championships. I bet he'd come on. I'll see if he will.
Did he ever get to compete like on those football games?
Yeah, no, he won a national championship with Smokey.
Wait, what?
They have like mascot national championships. He won a national championship with Smokey.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. There's a whole world of like mascots. Yeah. Like it's probably really deep.
He was a national champion. So national champion Smokey.
Print the shirts.
Yeah,
print it.
Good enough for me. Book him.
He'll be able to explain it better because that may not be the exact terminology. But yeah, he won something. He
hang the damn.
He was there
banner.
like early 2000s. He was at Tennessee in early 2000s. So he
got it's Josh Lay, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Why are you out in mascots like that?
Wait, what?
Why are you out in mascots like that?
Oh, it's not him.
We're gonna have him in like where like the shadow on their faces.
Yeah.
And you drown out their voices. Yeah.
He was just gonna hump on the show.
I don't know if Smokey doesn't get a lot of humping time. I don't think. Surprisingly, that he's a dog and he doesn't. But yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Smokey hump.
Yeah.
So we need more humping out of Smokey. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
You put more people in seats if Smokey's out there humping something.
Oh, for sure. I think that'd be a great topic. A little mascot talk.
I don't have any more most importance, do y'all?
No, that's it for me.
I got one fail. And it's the Giants. Did y'all see this? So they ran a quarterback sneak from their own 4-yard line on 3rd and 9.
I did see that. It went awfully.
Why? Like, I get if you're like backed up on your like 4-inch line, 4-yard line. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like Josh Heupel. If you ever do that, you're fired.
I mean, he lined up under center one time this year. I think you're okay.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, the fans went berserk, and rightfully so. But I mean, what are you doing? You can't just run the football.
Yeah, that was bad. That was terrible. Sorry, that was terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That was terrible. Yeah. It was entertaining, so I appreciate him doing it, but terrible.
How bad did they lose? I hope it was about one possession.
No, it was a little more than that.
It was 22-7. I mean, that is tanking right there.
Yeah, it's peak Giants.
Yeah.
Peak
They're
NFC.
like, oh, the Jags are winning. The Lions are winning. Guys, we cannot win.
Yeah. Let's see. So the Colts just kind of as a broad fail because I got a buddy that's a Colts fan and I had to watch him go through like 7 stages of depression today. He was like, oh, easy win. I think it was their highest like favor since like in like 17 years or something like that. And then they went and lost to the Jaguars. They can't win down there. They haven't won since 2014.
Wow.
Away at the Jaguars. But and then my second one just 2022 already for taking Betty White and now Bob Saget. So we're off to an awful start.
Yeah.
So get your stuff together 2022 because it's been 1 week. Well, kind of. And then, so yeah.
I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I can feel it coming on. It won't do it. It's really frustrating.
If you say unicorn, you don't have to sneeze anymore.
Unicorn. I want to sneeze, though. I'm at that point. Like, I'd love to sneeze. Joe, wait, I do have a question. Who do you cheer for? Like, who's your NFL team?
Well, technically it should be the Eagles because obviously Philadelphia, my whole family's Eagles fans, season tickets, whatever, but they're trash, so I just can't. I used to grow up loving the Saints just because we have family down there, so it was natural. And then Kamara kind of brought back that nostalgia, but right now I'm just kind of a floater. I got a little too much in the betting and decided to. So I don't really have an NFL team. I'm just a little too devoted to Tennessee.
Gotcha.
College athletics. So
I do have to correct too. I just called him the Colts mascot. His name's Blue, and we gotta respect mascots if we're gonna talk mascots.
You're my boy Blue.
Yeah, like we wouldn't call Sir Purr the Panther. Like his name's Sir Purr.
Sir Purr.
Sir Purr.
I hate that name. I like it, but I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds like you're saying supper in a weird way.
No, I think Sir Purr is awesome. I think that's a legendary mascot name. Like, no offense, it's better than Smokey.
Wow, that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
It is. Sir Purr is awesome.
I mean, freaking Joe's wearing Smokey right now.
That is a good hat.
Don't do me like that. Let me know when you get me a Sir Purr hat and we'll talk.
Well, now Smokey's never going to come on our podcast because you just said that.
That's not true. That's not true. Actually, I will give Smokey a platform to defend himself. So
okay,
you're here, Smokey versus Sir Purr. My fail is
who would win in a hump off?
Nazim. Well, I've got to go Sir Purr. The NFL's got way more freedom, apparently.
Yeah, they do.
Apparently. I've got Nazim Harb on Instagram. Getting on AJ Brown's comments. He said, yeah, Big Bro passed to you 2 times and you lost me my fantasy championship. Why would you ever say that on a NFL player's Instagram comment? I mean, it's never going to end up good. And then, of course, you get the response from AJ Brown. I was like, I don't care about your fantasy, bro. We ran the ball and won. Shut up. Fuck your fantasy team. I just love that. Like, that dude could have potentially lost $1,000. Potentially. Depending on how big their buy-in was. Some people may do bigger. I don't know. Fuck your fantasy team. I love it. Like, that's awesome.
But AJ Brown probably got him points. Like, that's why he was in the championship.
Right. Well, I just love that, like, people get so mad about that. They're like, I'm going to tweet at him. He's going to know. It's like, he doesn't care. He does.
No, he doesn't.
That man's on thousands of fantasy teams. Just to put that in perspective. Like, no one cares about your fantasy team.
That's my favorite when someone, like, just unwillingly shit talks a player, like, assuming they'll never answer, and they just totally get clowned and, like, reposted.
F your fantasy. Oh, it's great.
How'd your fantasy team do this year, Landon?
I lost in the semis.
No one cares.
What about yours?
Came in second.
If you're fan, AJ Brown lost you the championship too. It was actually you. It was actually you.
Could have been. My team just sucked.
I don't know. I don't know if he was.
If he was, I don't think he was in that league. I had him on like 2 leagues, but I don't think he was on that league. It wasn't just him. It was a whole. I'd have to chew out 16 players on Twitter. That's way too much work.
I feel that.
I'm out.
I will say this: I came in third, and I auto drafted my entire team. So
It's true. That's true. I was in a
Joe,
league with a guy
I don't know if
who
you heard
had-
about this, but I got really intoxicated and missed my entire fantasy football draft because I was passed out.
Well, now you got to do it next year. You came in third. So
I woke up
you get higher.
and Ryan Tannehill was my quarterback, and I was so
Oh.
mad.
And it wasn't like we weren't all together drinking for a fantasy draft and landing passed out drunk. That's not it,
Yeah.
by the way. Just to clear that up.
Yeah, it was just me on my own.
That's great.
Golly, there's something about fantasy I was gonna say. Lost it now. Train of thought. Gone. Oh, I played in a league with a guy who made like 30 transactions and came in second to last. You should quit.
There's
Like,
always
just give up.
Yeah, you spend that much time on it, and you still suck.
And it wasn't like an 8-man league. Like it was not a good like it wasn't like you're searching out players. You
That's
had the world. Yeah. So bad. So bad. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Same here.
Get to watch Alabama win another national championship next or tomorrow night. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, win money off of it.
Yeah,
Guys,
please.
I don't know what we're going to do
Get us
about Tennessee basketball, but baseball is 40 days away, or I think 39 today. So, yeah, get prepared for that. Hopefully, got more portal news coming up. Have a good week. Have a good Monday. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.